Hi, good morning. I'm GB.
And I'm Katrina.
And we're the
We're the Foresights.
Hi, good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. Welcome to
Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. Here we go.
That's how we wake up every morning.
Yes, that's how I wake her up every morning.
I know we're not Josh and Sharon.
Yes,
we're actually your guest host for today. Of course, you know this month of October, Josh and Sharon has dedicated the month of October for the theme Family4Eva. So we are the guest host today, and we're super excited to be here to bring to you another podcast with Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon.
Oh, yes, you'll be hearing it all showtime long. Yes.
If you're not up now, you will be up by the end of this podcast. I guarantee you that. That's how the Foresights do it. But nevertheless, we are super excited to be here today.
Yes.
Of course, Josh and Sharon, they've elected us to be their guest hosts for today, and we're super honored and very humbled by that invitation. They are working on some exciting things. Oh my goodness. So get ready, because when they return, I'm pretty sure you're going to hear all about it. All right. But as we've stated before, continuing with October being Family4Eva, I got to get the Eva on there. We're going to bring to you today's topic. Now, we don't have all the intro music that Josh and Sharon have, so we
do have some sound effects as well.
Don't call the popo. I know you all are like probably texting Josh and Sharon like who are these two clowns up here right now? But nevertheless, I'm very excited to be sitting next here to my husband, and we're going to, like I said, bring you that topic for today, right? And I believe, looking at the calendar that Josh and Sharon have set for the month, today is Table Talk. Woo! Table Talk.
Yes.
Spill the tea.
Yes.
Bring it.
And, that's not any table. We're talking about, the dinner table, dining room table, where we get together and maybe eat or whatever, what have you. We're going to bring up some topics that, what would you do to get to the table, right?
Exactly. And what do you do when you get there? Right?
Exactly.
So for example, what do you do when you get to the table?
Well, let's go some ground rules.
Oh.
In our mind, some ground rules.
Ground rules. Rules of engagement.
Before you get to the table, no digital devices.
Ooh.
Leave your cell phones, leave your tablets, take all that stuff off the table, put it somewhere, because the whole focus here is a discussion that you're having at the table.
Right.
Those devices and things like that, and everyone has their head down, that takes off the focus and the concentration of what we need to be talking. If you're talking to someone and they're on a device, first of all, to me, that's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Whether you're a parent to a child, whether you're a teenager to another, your friend next to you, it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
So at the table, take those things away. And it's not just because you might even have food on the table. It's just when you get around the table, remove those devices, focus in on what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good rule.
That is a good rule, because you know how it is when you talk to someone. You want them to feel like they're listening.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, you want to be. Yes. Want to be. I think you're getting my head.
All right, calm down there, Mr. Foresight. So
we want to be heard. Men want to be heard. Women want to be heard. Put the devices down. Pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's how you do it, and that's a good rule, because what is 1 hour away from your phone, having dinner and talking with your family? That's an hour you'll never ever get again. Exactly. So you want to make sure you hear everything mama, daddy, or auntie, or grandma, or even the kids. Having the next generation there at the table. You want them to be able to continue that legacy, right? So, and if all they see you doing at the table is,
right, there you go.
Then that's what they're gonna do.
It defeats the purpose.
Exactly.
Why are we coming to the table?
Right.
We can all be in our separate rooms doing the digital thing.
Exactly.
Right.
And you think about it too, table talk, because not just in America, but it makes you appreciate when you travel to other countries that aren't as advanced as we are.
Right.
I mean, their family is so happy to come to the table.
Yes.
And they don't have to worry about turning off a TV or putting down a cell phone, because a lot of times they don't have it.
Right.
So, but coming to the table, it can be informative, it can be entertaining.
Very good.
And then you get to the food. The food can be good,
right,
or bad.
Yes.
Depends on who's
cooked. And it depends on what time of the season it is too.
That's true.
I mean, it might be like you said, food.
Right.
Or it might be a birthday party and everyone has their gifts at the table and they're sitting around. Or you might be presenting a cake or something like that.
Right.
Or someone's doing a presentation and they need you around the table to do that. So it's just not about food.
Exactly.
I think we need to really just focus in on what do you do at the table to bring everyone together.
Well, speaking of that, then what is we had already talked about some key things that we've experienced at the table. So, what was your first thing that you talked about?
Well, I mean, just bringing to the table and without food, family trips. We always gathered around the table to discuss the next family trip.
That's good. Yeah.
We would bring up a topic. Everyone would have a choice of, we'll throw it out there to where they want to go. We would figure out how to plan it, when we were going, and then who was doing what, who was in charge of doing what. The parents always instilled into us that everybody take charge of something. That way, all of us did not feel left out in the planning process.
Right. Right. And
how did you feel about the family trip? Did you guys do that as well? Or?
I gotta make sure my hands stay down, because every time I move, the camera moves.
Oh yes, yes.
But nevertheless, we came together for the family trips, especially like reunion time. Everybody came together to talk about how we're gonna plan it, where it's gonna be, how much it's gonna cost, what where we're gonna stay, what are we gonna do. And, that was just a good time of laughter and planning, and especially when the elders got together, to plan for us. All the kids in the backyard or outside playing or sitting on the porch, and things of that sort. So,
okay. So what other topics did you have that you guys did at the table?
Well, one of the things I really like at the table is just that family dinner.
Okay.
Family dinner.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's a given, or New Year's Day when everybody brings out the black eyed peas. That's a given. But I'm talking about,
curry goat and rice and beans.
What you say, man?
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, the American style, the Caribbean style, whatever, your ethnicity is, whatever you're bringing to the table.
Right. Yeah. Right. But, just bringing that again to the table, and then I tell you, one of, other than my family and my heritage, one of the ethnicities or cultures that I love to see when they come to the table is the Asian family. Oh my goodness. I mean, to just see all the, and when they come to the table, they don't come with paper plates. And disposable forks and knives, but you see the true China, the Asian cups and plates and bowls and the sticks, and I go over my hands too. But and it's like, it's so beautiful. I remember I've had a couple of friends of Asian heritage, and they would have me come over. And I was just so mesmerized with how the table was set. Yes. And she said, we do this every day. I'm like, every day? She said, yeah.
So again, about the culture.
Exactly. And that that really makes a difference. What about you? Have you ever had those family dinners? And
yes, yeah, we have family dinners.
And what did they consist of?
Well, I mean, many different varieties of food, of course.
Such as?
Well, breakfast would be porridge. I mean, cream of wheat.
Porridge.
Yes, cornmeal porridge or peanut porridge or something like that.
Okay.
You know, ackee and saltfish. You know, something like that.
What was that?
You know, ackee. Saltfish.
I'm telling you, if you never tried ackee and saltfish
and some chocolate tea in the morning to get the day going. Then of course evenings, you know, you have rice and peas, plantain, green banana, yam, you know, either curry goat or chicken or curry chicken, you know. But
did you have like all the food on the table, or?
Yes, I mean.
What was that? What was the dining experience like?
Yes, the food was presented on the table, but as far as us as the children, of course, we normally had our plate already made.
Okay. Yeah.
And we would always then, after you ate what's on your plate, then you would just delve into what's on the table. You can help yourself more.
And that's a key thing, fixing the kids' plates, you know, because you don't want the kids to, you know, they may not appreciate oxtails right now.
No, correct. That's true. Actually, I didn't appreciate oxtails. Because I always thought, okay, oxtail, yeah, okay, that's fine, but where's the meat on the bone?
Right.
I didn't see the meat. I was like, I'm not going to be dealing with that.
And then when you got older in life and you saw how costly oxtails
that's
could be,
the next thing. That's correct.
You realize why oxtails was in a bowl and not a big.
Correct. And I realized why I stayed at the store and didn't come home. Yes. So yes, but yeah, we had family dinners as well.
Exactly.
And and of course, you know, holiday time. Family comes around and.
So what was that like during holiday time? I mean,
it was a buffet.
Yeah.
It was a buffet, and even to this day, cook off, and the whole family comes together, and we do the buffet line. And
are y'all getting hungry out there?
Yes, right. And then of course, the great part is the to-go plates.
Woo! Yes.
My family, we bring our own to-go. My family, we bring our own to-go plates, because she says, all right, we're not doing this. I give you my stuff, and then I never see it again.
Right.
Bring your own containers. So
right.
I usually bring a trough about this big.
Oh my goodness.
And I just put everything into it.
Really?
I'm like, forget the plates. Just pile everything in. I can separate it when I get home. I'm all about.
I mean, you had food for the
I'm all about the weights. It's about the weights. It's not about the the little proportions. No, weighted package.
There you go. There you go. We're gonna just take a little station break here, Mr. Forsyth, if you don't mind.
Please do.
Thank you so much for again tuning in to today's podcast. We just want to just do a little station identification. Thank you for tuning in to today's podcast with Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. They truly appreciate your support. Thank you for following them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, subscribing to their YouTube channel. If you would like to make a contribution towards the podcast to further its reach, please feel free to do so with Cashapp, $Let's Again, thank you for watching Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. Back to today's podcast.
All right, welcome back.
Yes.
All right.
So today, your guest host here.
I'm GB.
And I'm Katrina.
And we're the Forsyths. Oh yes, we are the guest for today. So.
Yes, we're getting you up early. Well, getting you up during the podcast here. But thank you again for watching this week's podcast with Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. We are the hosts as they are celebrating the entire month, Family4Eva. And today's topic is so appropriate because we're actually sitting at the table with this podcast, but it's called Table Talk. And that's something that's near and dear to the nucleus of families. We've talked some about the rules, so we know that the best table talk experiences do not have digital devices. We've talked about family trips being planned at the table. Um, Everybody's gotten hungry with us talking about the family dinner, right? That's right. You get your pots ready for Sunday's dinner meal. But what are some of the other things that you feel are important with table talk for the family?
Well, I mean, even not while at dinner. I'll go back to that at the end of dinner, or because you're not talking with food in your mouth most of the time. But then at the end of dinners, we usually talk about our day, because of course breakfast time, it's tough to get together at breakfast because everyone has a separate schedule.
Right.
Either kids have school, you're at work, everyone kind of goes their separate ways, has their day. But then dinner time, we kind of brought it together and everyone went around the table and said, what did they do today, or how was school? And then we actually talked about what issues did we have. So that way, if we need to ask a question about how to deal with the situation, whether it's a schoolmate or a classmate, or bookwork, homework or something like that. And sometimes we had projects that we had to do, so we didn't have time to sit around at the table to discuss afterwards.
Right.
We would just go off and go do our homework. But the majority of the time, homework was already done when we got home. That way, that day, my parents instilled that into us. Get your homework done when you get home. That way, when we are having the family table talk, we don't have to worry about leaving the table for anything.
Right, right.
But the how was your day?
How was your day?
Would say how their day was at work, and then we would all wash dishes and clean up the table and continue on with the evening. Right. What did you guys do?
We were talking about that in terms of how was your day, but I never forget my dad's number one question every day was, did you do your homework?
Right.
And then not only did you have to answer the question, but you also had to show, yes, I did my homework, because at that time it was like, okay, eat dinner, finish dinner, and go straight back to your room and finish your homework. Right. So that was the key thing. You remember that? Oh, yeah. Did you do your homework? And then, of course, he would ask, well, how was it? Did you have any problems? Because, my father, I remember he was a math wit. So he liked anything that dealt with numbers and money. Right. Therefore, algebra and trigonometry and all that was, my tutor was my dad.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, that was his key thing. Did you do your homework? Okay. And then depending on your answer, that determined how well your dinner was going to go.
So you guys talked about this prior to you eating, or did you do this after you eat?
No, this was the table talk, during the dinner time,
So you talked with food with them.
Oh, well, actually, no, because now my mom was the one that would be like, don't talk with food in your mouth. Right. Did you? Yeah. You had to practice your manners at the table?
Well, we didn't have to necessarily practice. We just already knew that you don't talk with food anymore.
Right.
I was still in a very young age. Right. As we got older, though, me being an athlete, and from junior high forward, I had practices after school. So, I wouldn't get home until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So, kind of like the whole family dinner time, that was out the window for me as a child.
Right.
Elementary school, yes. But then as I got older, everyone kind of did their own, I missed that. Yeah. I missed that during high school. I missed that during junior high where, my family was eating, but I was at practice.
So you come in with your pizza, hey dad, no, hey mom.
No, I would just go to the fridge, get out my dinner plate, and eat.
But they fixed you a plate.
Right. They left the plate for me, and then I would, go ahead and make my plate. Sometimes dinner went out in there. I would need to go. Might have to.
You call it fin for yourself.
Yeah, I learned how to cook at a very early age because I did not want to have peanut butter and jelly every day. So I learned to cook because I like to eat good food. So I learned to cook food.
That's a good motivator.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a good motivator.
So, and then of course I need to eat quickly because it's 8 o'clock. I need to get my homework done.
There you go.
Yeah, so what else did you guys do at the table?
Well, one of the things we did do at the table too, which is in addition to my next example, was pray. Okay. All right. And speaking of prayer, continuing on with the theme Family4Eva
Yes.
for the month of October. One of the newest segments that Josh and Sharon set in place was Don't Forget to Pray. So we want to take this time right now to acknowledge that. And if you remember when when they were talking about Don't Forget to Pray, they were also saying that they're going to announce the name of the winner of the gas card giveaway,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And you had to you had to register just by giving the name of the individual sponsor that they had brought up, or the sponsor of the Don't Forget to Pray segment. And we have a new sponsor today, and I'll get to that. But for the most part, if you gave the name of the sponsor correctly, your name went into the drawing, right? And I tell you, several of you did get the correct answer, and your names went into the drawing. So Josh and Sharon sends you their heartfelt thanks for participating in their first week of Family4Eva gas card giveaway. Woo-hoo! So we do want to announce the winner from last week, and then we'll do our Don't Forget to Pray sponsor for this week. But our winner from last week, drum roll or sirens or get ready. I hope you're listening. And if not, after the podcast, you go back and listen. But if you all know this individual, let her know, girl, you won yourself a gas card. Woo-hoo!
So, sorry, gentlemen, it wasn't you. Because evidently we now know that it was a female.
It was a female. It was a female. So, but we did have males too.
Well, gentlemen, get them in because you want to win something, right?
Yeah. You want gas. Not on E. But nevertheless, let's conversate with Josh and Sharon on behalf of our podcast hosts, Josh and Sharon. They want to congratulate Margaret Rice.
All right, Margaret. Congratulations, Margaret.
Congratulations, Margaret Rice, for being the Don't Forget to Pray segment winner. And acknowledging the correct sponsor at that time. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Well, speaking of Don't Forget to Pray for this week, just want to remind you, as you start your day, don't forget to pray. All right? Just taking that couple of moments, getting into your day to set the tone and set the atmosphere for your day by praying is so, so important. Just like how you get up, brush your teeth and wash your face. Even at that time, you can just say a prayer, for your day that, your day will be encouraging, your day will be productive, whatever you need your day to be. When you wake up in the morning and get started, don't forget to pray. And today's Don't Forget to Pray segment is brought to you by Motivated to Shine.
That person on there looks familiar.
I know. Who's that girl? Yes. But today's Don't Forget to Pray segment. So you're listening because you're going to be asked that question to register for the next week's gas card giveaway. It is Motivated to Shine jewelry accessories. Woohoo!
All right.
Yes.
So if they give the answer paparazzi, that's not the correct answer.
No, you can't give the answer paparazzi because there are tons of paparazzi consultants. You have to
big paparazzi there.
Right. So you have to look at the bottom where it says Motivated to Shine, and that's motivatedtoshine.com, where their motto is they motivate your shine every day. So this is your place for all your jewelry accessories. The holidays come in and things of that sort, but they have the $5 bling for you. All right. So again, thank you for participating in the Don't Forget to Pray segment. Congratulations, Margaret Rice, on being the first gas card winner. Woohoo! All right. Let's see who's going to be next week, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right. So what else you have? What other
So
topics?
getting back to our
Yes.
table talk, my other most memorable and still continue today is talking about life changes in the family,
Okay.
especially when someone passed away. You know, that's a time where the family, that's a time where the family comes together and gather around. Of course, you need to discuss what has happened and how that's going to be communicated to the rest of the family, you know. And usually, because if you have blended families, you want to make sure everyone's informed. So usually they'll sit around the table with a list, and they'll say, okay, you will do this list of people to call. Glad you caught that. You would do this list of people to call. You would do this side of the family to call. You'll call all the cousins. You know, you'll call the family in New York. Or you'll call the family in Vermont. You know, and things of that sort. So everyone could participate in letting people know. And then, of course, at that time, you're talking about the arrangement. You also talked about who you would tell and how you would tell. You know, because if we had elderly individuals, we wouldn't want to call them and tell them, you know, Uncle Joe passed away. Usually you want to have somebody go there and be there so that when we call on the phone, we knew that there was a trusted individual there. Because you never know how people take the news of someone, you know, passing away. And then, of course, you know, you're talking about the arrangements, the funeral service, the remains afterwards. You know, you're going to cremate, bury, or what have you. So, you know, that was a critical time.
Yes, because and we talk about the money because if we didn't have an insurance policy, I mean, are we doing you know, everyone's going to get together and pitch in to pay?
Exactly.
Who's paying for the food? You know, where are we having it?
Right.
You know, things like that. So the money part, that is a definite topic. You know, great choice there for the table because yes, then you know, as we're getting older as well, the generation in front of us is going to that's definitely a discussion. Yeah. Great topic.
And that's something I definitely would like our children to carry on. You know, don't text and say Uncle Joe passed away. Everybody come together and talk about it and share the burden and share in notification and the arrangements. You know, so when you get to the day of the funeral, it's not, well, I'm not coming because that's their program. You know, it's a family gathering. You know. All right. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the whole gathering of that, like I said, was about the money. I mean, us, my, you know, family being international, you know, so if you're in America, the person passes, yeah, you can do it maybe, you know, my family, you know, an example, I just went to Jamaica in August because of our funeral, but down there, it took a month to get all the, you know, everyone's affairs in order.
Good point.
Right? Because people are coming from other countries and to get all the arrangements together and things like that. But definitely, you know, we got together when I arrived. We all got together to say, okay, who's speaking? We did the program, you know, at that time. So two different sides of the fence. You know, you have one here, everyone's close. You have one that's further away. Of course, we did, you know, Zoom meetings, WhatsApp video chats prior to me arriving to get everything in order.
Right. Yeah. But that's a key time for families to come together and, you know, love on each other and, you know, and make it happen. So at this time, continuing on with Family4Eva. And again, today's topic is table talk. We want to give a shout out to our podcasters, Josh and Sharon. Yes. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for allowing us to be your guest host for today.
Thank you so much.
And as Josh would say, time for these shout outs.
All right, it's time for these shout outs once again. Listen, if you're in the Orlando area, New Chief Cornerstone. They are located at 820 South Park Avenue, Winter Garden, Florida, under the leadership of Dr. Clarita M. James and Pastor Norman James. If you're in that Orlando area and you need a church to attend, stop in. Tell them Josh and Sharon sent you. Also, Christ the Redeemer Ministry, 4721 East Moody Boulevard, Palm Coast, Florida, under the leadership of Apostle Robert and Betty Davenport. Listen, stop in if you're in the Palm Coast area to see Pastor Davenport. Listen, if you want to church here in Tennessee, the Church of Churches, yes, that is none other than New Hope Church of God in Christ, 303 South University Street, under the leadership of Pastor Anthony and Lady Graham. This is a church of churches where you can clap your hands, stomp your feet. Come on to New Hope. Yes, New Hope. Also, we want to just thank everybody that supports us, that always show love to this podcast. We thank you wherever you are. It means the world to us. So keep liking, subscribing, and sharing. All right.
All right.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Wait a minute. I'm saying all right, like Josh, and you're saying welcome back, like Sharon. We are super excited again to have been your host today for Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate
Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting them. They, like I said, they are doing some super exciting things, getting prepared for the next wave of podcasts. So we are just grateful to be their Family4Eva guest host for today. All right. So with that, we are actually going to we've reached the end of our podcast for the day. I tell you, time goes fast when you're having fun, right?
You all enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes.
And we thank you all for joining Josh and Sharon as well and joining us today on this podcast.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for more exciting podcasts with Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. Yes. And don't forget, again, this month is Family4Eva. Stay tuned to their Facebook page, also their YouTube site, and their Twitter site for more exciting things to come. All right. Thank you again.
Take
and
care.
Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Bye.
Bye now.